It's
Get ready for Real Talk with Cindy Barber, where creativity, purpose, and innovation collide. Join national award-winning recording artists, musicians, producers, pastors, prophets, and entrepreneurs as they share bold ideas, new skills, and cutting-edge technology. Created to inspire and empower local artists and visionaries, Real Talk challenges you to grow, create, and discover what's next. This is more than a conversation. It's a movement. Real Talk with Cindy Barber, a pioneer in the gospel music industry with over 50 years of experience, where purpose meets possibility and influence. Tune in now for Real Talk with Cindy Barber.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. I'm so excited to be here on tonight. Please share and let others know that we are on, and my guest is here, and I'm going to bring him on in a few minutes. But please share and tag and let other people know that we're on. We're excited to be here on tonight. I hope everyone has had an amazing weekend, and with the weather being nice, and I hope it was for so many of us in different parts of the country. But I'm excited to be here on tonight. Please tag and share. Real Talk with Cindy is on Facebook Live on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Also, my YouTube page, which is cindybarber.tv. So I'm excited to be here tonight. Please tag and share and let others know that we are on. We are definitely on. Also, if you are interested in advertising your event on this platform, please send me a request to my email, which is ms.cindybarber@gmail.com, or DM me and let me know. I'll be glad to advertise your function, your business, or whatever you like to do, your church activities, or whatever you like for me to advertise. Please feel free to do so. And I'm asking you to please right now tag and share and let others know that we're on. Also, I am Real Talk with Cindy. We are celebrating 6 years being on Real Talk, and I'm so excited and happy to be a part of this platform, which has been a blessing to me. I'm asking you to sow a seed of $6, just symbolizing 6 years. Please send me $6 to my Cash App if you would like to be a blessing to Cindy Barber and Real Talk. You can send it to my Cash App, which is $Cindy's Keys. $Cindy's Keys. Sow a seed of $6, and I'll be more than happy to receive it, of course. And just so excited. Also, I have so many videos. I have, I think, about 200 or 300 videos on my YouTube channel. So please, you can look at some of the videos that I have of people that have been a blessing and been on here for Real Talk. As you're coming on, please let me know the city, state, or country you are joining me from. I see Robin Taylor, which is on YouTube. And thank you so much, my dear sister. Good evening. Thank you for being here on tonight. So those that are joining from YouTube, please let me know the city, state, or country that you are joining us from on tonight. Don't forget to sow a seed of $6 to Cindy's $Cindy's Keys, and celebrating 6 years of Real Talk. And I'm excited to have more guests that's coming on next month and months to come. I'm just excited what God is doing with this platform, the different people that are coming on. Keisa McSween from Swainsboro is here. God bless you. Thank you for being on tonight. Please tag and share and let others know that we are here. And I'm going to bring on my guest right now. Good evening, Ralph. How are you doing on tonight?
Good evening, Cindy. How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you.
I'm doing good. I'm so excited and happy to have you with us on tonight. And I just look forward to our discussion. Where are you located?
I am located in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. How's the weather there?
Actually, it was a beautiful day today.
Okay, good.
Actually, the past couple of days, it's been pretty nice, up in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so they claim that it's supposed to rain maybe this evening or
Okay.
tonight sometime,
Right. Right.
saying that we actually need a little bit because it's been dry.
Yeah.
But other than that, weather's been good for the past few days.
Yes. Well, that's good. That's good because I know a lot of places it has been dry. So we're going to get right into our discussion on tonight. You are an amazing organist, and you have how many CDs do you have out?
I have six, if I'm not mistaken, six CDs plus some additional singles
Yeah.
uh, that we have out. Um, uh, each of the CDs have at
Mhm.
least 10
Mhm.
songs each. I think one of my
Wow.
CDs have the title "I Tell You Yes."
Hmm.
I think has like 12, 13 songs on it,
Wow.
and
Wow.
it was done a
Hmm.
while back.
Hmm.
One of my favorites because
Hmm.
my wife was a part of that.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
she wrote and did background vocals
Really?
on some of the songs. I
Wow.
actually sang background vocals on one of the songs.
Hmm.
And my guest musician was on it was also the fantastic Kirk Whalum.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Kirk
Yeah.
Whalum and I, we're long time friends. We grew up in Memphis, Tennessee together
Okay.
as kids, and
Yes.
so we kind of lost touch as we got into
Uh-huh.
going away from Memphis,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
reconnected somewhere out in the atmosphere,
Right.
and God brought us back together, and we have been connected ever since. So
Wow.
he does stuff on some of my projects. I do
Yeah.
stuff on some of his projects,
Wow.
and it's been good.
Yeah, you have a wealth of knowledge and a lot of the people that you've been connected with. So, can
Right.
you take us back to where it all started for you? What
Okay.
first drew you to playing organ?
Well, my whole musical existence started back when I was 9 years old.
Mm,
I of course grew up in Memphis, Tennessee.
right.
The church that I was a member of
Hmm.
then was called Historic First Baptist Bill Street,
Hmm.
and we were in Sunday school,
Uh-huh.
and the superintendent of the Sunday school, just out of the blue, decided to ask me to come to the piano and
Hmm.
play a closing song, which
Hmm.
was weird because I didn't play.
Oh.
So I was wondering, okay, now why is she embarrassing me? Well, in my young mind, I wasn't
Right.
thinking that then.
Uh-huh.
But just the fact that she would call me up, which says now to me that God had something prepared for me that
Okay.
he apparently was prophesying it through her.
Wow.
And she said, well, we're gonna sing a song,
Hmm.
and you sit to the piano, and if you feel led to start playing and join in,
Hmm.
do so. And so, of course,
Oh,
we were obedient children. We didn't argue with people,
right.
especially adults. And so I
Right.
went to the piano, sit down. They started singing "Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross,"
Uh-huh.
and I just put my hands on the piano and started playing.
Really?
And as they say, the rest is
The
history
rest is
from there.
history. Right.
Yeah. And so my life went on through years in Memphis. Uh, so I started after playing piano for a
Hmm.
bit.
Hmm.
I We had organ at the church, and
Right.
I always found it intriguing because I
Yeah.
did not know how to play it.
Right.
So every chance
Yep.
I got, I would go and just sit down to it and
Hmm.
look at it and hear it and just play around with it.
Right.
And it started to become a little bit familiar with
Yeah.
me.
Hmm.
And once that started to happen, it started to get out in the city that I
Right.
was a musician and
Oh,
was,
okay.
able to play, and people started
Mhm.
hearing me. And, I ended up playing for churches. I played for my second church, if you would,
Mhm. Mhm.
which was called, weirdly enough, Second Baptist. And
Okay.
started playing for the church, and I started making $25 a Sunday for this
Mhm.
church. But anyway, long story short, from there, I just started becoming familiar. People started
Right.
becoming familiar
Mhm.
with me and my
Mhm.
abilities, and started getting calls, and
Yeah.
I just took more of an interest. Started learning music a little bit in school,
Right. Mhm.
and just took on quite a few things there in Memphis. And in 1984,
Mhm.
I decided I wanted to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit more, and
Okay.
set out to see what else I could do in starting
Mhm.
my career a bit further than where it was
It
while I
was,
was in
yeah.
Memphis.
Mhm.
And then moved to Nashville in 1984. But
Really?
all of that time, I had been playing organ, and
Right. Right.
that's what people knew me for in Memphis, was my organ playing.
Right.
And when I moved to Nashville, I got connected with several people. First being Derek Lee,
Oh,
music
yes.
for
Yes.
the late Derek Lee,
Yes.
music
Mhm.
director for Bobby Jones.
Yes.
And he heard me play,
Mhm.
and we talked. And he said, "Man, I really would love for you to come and work with us." And
Really?
then we, connected. And again, with
Mhm.
that situation, again, also the rest is history.
Right. Yeah, I
And
remember that.
so
Mhm.
just so many things happened after that.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
that's kind of where my career took off from.
Took off from. Oh my goodness. How did your church upbringing influence the way that you play today? How did your church influence upbringing?
Well,
Uh, like,
it had everything to do
mhm.
with how I play now. We were a church of hymns.
Mhm.
So hymns were my foundation.
Mhm.
And if anybody that knows me now knows that a lot of my records are involved around playing hymns. Um,
Yes.
um, so that was my foundation,
Mhm.
learning hymns and just being taught how
Mhm.
how to, I guess you would say, master the art of being able to play such a
Mhm.
variety of songs, a different type
Mhm.
of songs,
Right.
and
Mhm.
of course I also do vocal teaching,
Um,
and well, did I don't do it now, but I did
right.
then.
Okay.
So all of that,
Mhm.
was a whole lot of my influence. I had a couple of vocal groups when I lived in Memphis. The first one was called Ralph Lofton Singers,
Mhm.
and it was a community choir. And
Okay.
so, that was where I was stretching my knowledge of vocal teaching,
Yeah.
and being able to understand how
Mhm.
to get the best out of singers.
Mhm.
And then from there, a couple of years after that, that went, it kind of dissolved. And then I
Mhm.
started another one, which was more advanced, with
Mhm.
singers that I actually selected myself
Right.
and used. And it was a group called Ralph Lofton and Company.
Okay.
And we
Mhm.
were more of the Hawkins, Andre Crouch kind of vibe.
Mhm. Mhm.
In fact, I did a lot of their songs, would take
Okay.
their songs and sort of use the foundation of that, and then do
Right.
my own interpretation
Right.
of it.
Mhm.
And, that was the kind of thing that influenced me to, be more involved with not just playing, but also with teaching.
Right. Wow. That's amazing. I didn't know you had a group.
It did.
Wow, that's good. Let's talk about family and balance.
Okay.
'Cause I know a lot of times with musicians on the road traveling, and it's kind of hard balancing both. But how has your family supported your journey, especially during demanding seasons? So how has your family supported you?
Oh, my family has been nothing but supportive through everything. My wife now, uh, nothing but God sent.
Yes.
She has, she will tell you in an instant, she is my number one fan.
Yeah.
And she is there. Actually,
Yeah.
she administrates a lot of the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
And has for a good while now.
Yeah.
And so she don't play no games when people
Right.
call
Yeah.
to want me to do things, and they can't call and just expect that I'm just going to do it.
Right.
And
Right.
there's no protocol that you have to go through
Yeah.
in order to
She's
do
very
stuff.
good.
So she's a sweetheart, but she's
Yeah.
a ruthless businesswoman.
Yeah. She's very
But
good. Very good.
all of them, my children, have
Mm-hmm.
all just been just so supportive of the journey,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep me grounded. And
Yes.
I just believe in humbleness in everything that I do,
Mm-hmm.
and the way I treat people, and the way I expect for people to treat
Right.
me as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
and it has carried me all
Mm-hmm.
these years, and
Yeah.
I thank God that I have a reputation that
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing bad anybody can say about me.
Right. Right. And thank God for that, because your
Hmm.
reputation is what you have.
Yeah, yeah.
What have you learned about protecting family time while being um, in high demand? What have you learned?
That it's important, and that it is a must,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to sometimes step away from the business
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
in order to make sure that family is taken care of,
Right.
and that family is first.
Mm-hmm.
When it all boils down,
Mm-hmm.
I will turn down work, especially these days,
Yeah.
if it means that it's something going on with my family members,
Right.
and has to be dealt with,
Mm-hmm.
or anything with the children, my wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's a priority.
Right. Absolutely. That's great. How would you describe your sound in one sentence? How would you describe your sound?
I think that it is recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I'm grateful for is that I learned from, I may be making more than a sentence,
It's
but to
okay.
describe it, it is
Mm-hmm.
definitely recognizable.
Yeah, it is.
I think one of the things that I've learned over the years is
Mm-hmm.
from what people tell me. I get it all the time. So, man, I can hear a song on the radio, and if there's organ on it and I can hear it, I know right off if it's you or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So that's one of the things
Mm-hmm.
that I have gained, and I thank God for, is that I really put myself in a place to try to remain true to who I am.
Yes,
Not
yes.
try to, because there are musicians all over the world
Yeah.
and all over the place. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things I always say, the world is not hurting for musicians,
No, not at all.
nor singers. But
No.
as far as musicians are concerned,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there would be a whole lot of them out there.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had to be something specific and something
Right.
different
Mm-hmm.
in order to be relevant,
Mm-hmm.
to where people would want to use me,
Yeah.
uh,
Right.
for whatever it was they were working on.
Right.
And, and I thank God for that, because it
Yes.
has taken me all of this time now. And I am now celebrating 62 years as a
Mm-hmm.
musician.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
yeah. And with
Yes.
that, 50 some years in the industry.
Yeah.
And so it is, it is the thing that has carried me all of this time.
Yeah.
And I never try to break away. I listen to a lot of players.
Right.
Everybody has their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a lot of people that sound alike.
Right.
But
Uh-huh.
one of the things that I pride myself in is
Mm-hmm.
that I never try to sound like anybody else. I want to sound just like who I am, whether, if I've gotten too old to
Mm-hmm.
whereas, people would say, well, he's the old guy now.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I still believe that in that, people
Right.
will hear my sound and say, man, you can be heard through anybody. I can hear you whenever I hear you playing on something, or just hear you playing somewhere. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's you.
Right.
And so that's the thing that I pride myself in.
Yeah. Which is a great thing. It's good. Are there any musicians or mentors that help shape your signature sound? Is it
There
somebody
were,
okay.
yeah, there were musicians from, these were older guys from Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm.
One is a pastor now, still alive, and his name is Pastor Sherman Helton,
Mm-hmm.
pastors New Hope in, I think it's South Haven, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one out of Memphis. There
Mm-hmm.
was another guy named Jesse Butler, and his nickname was Spooky. But
Okay.
he was a gospel player, but he was more of a jazz player.
Jazz play. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he was another one. And
Mm-hmm.
then he's passed on right now, though.
Okay.
And there's one more that has also passed on, and his name was David Flagg. Also,
Okay.
all of those were out of Memphis. I
Mm-hmm.
sat up under them when I was growing up, and
Mm-hmm.
listened to their style and listened to how they played certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just always intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched, learned, listened, and picked
Mm-hmm.
up on what they were doing.
Right.
And they were my biggest influences then. There were
Mm-hmm.
several others, but these three particular ones
Mm-hmm.
were my biggest influence
Mm-hmm.
to what I am as a musician today and why I sound the way I do.
That you do. Right. That's great. That's really good. How do you personally define the difference between performing or ministering?
Uh, I guess for me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they both work hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I I never uh, uh, categorize myself as a performer.
Right.
Um, uh, Ministry is always top of my list in what
Yes.
I do, regardless to where it is. Because if I can go and
Mm-hmm.
play.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. I did this jazz festival.
Mm-hmm.
It was back in February this year, actually.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And it was right here in town.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, the organization actually that was over it is it's a jazz workshop. And the guy that was the executive director at the time
Mm-hmm.
We were good. We are good friends, and
Okay.
he asked me to be a part of it, knowing that I am a gospel artist
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
by trade.
Right.
And he asked me to be a part of it. He said,
Mm-hmm.
because what I know you'll do is bring something totally different from what everybody else will
Yeah.
bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And it, even though it was a performance, it was still ministry,
Mm-hmm.
because I ended up at the end of it having people to come up and say to me, I had never experienced anything like this before in my life.
Really? Wow.
So
That's
that
great.
said to me that God
Mm-hmm.
put me in a place to whereas I knew what would
Mm-hmm.
happen would be able to minister a musical word to
Mm-hmm.
people, and that was what showed me then that performance is ministry.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just have to look at it from that
Yeah.
standpoint
Yeah.
and not
Mm-hmm.
just consider yourself a performer.
Right. Yeah. That's true. I have a question here for you.
Okay.
A Hammond organ, which is your favorite? I guess Hammond organ, or what organ is your favorite? Also, what's your take on the smaller organs such as the Nord? Good question.
Yeah, Hammond definitely is my preference. I am a Hammond artist.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Is it the
uh, I,
B3 you prefer? The B3 with the
well,
122
B3,
Leslie?
C3,
Uh-huh.
uh, A100.
Yeah.
Those three are the most familiar with people. There are some other
Mm-hmm.
models. There's one called RT3,
Yeah,
which
the
is
RT3.
bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, and But the C3, because I play at church, I play a C3 at church now,
Oh, okay.
and those are my specific favorites.
Yes.
Now the smaller versions, I do like some. Actually, what I have here at home is a Hammond SK2, which
Okay.
is an electronic version of I guess it would be more like a A100
Oh,
if you were to
really?
classify it.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Nord, I've done some sessions on. I
Mm-hmm.
like. They
Mm-hmm.
have good sounds.
Yeah.
Uh, they're easy to maneuver. They are easy to move
Yeah.
around.
Right.
When they're I'll say in a session situation, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of producers prefer having the actual Hammond B3 C3, for their records,
Yeah.
because the
Mm-hmm.
sound is different.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
smaller versions like the Nord
Mm-hmm.
or the Hammond portable models,
Mm-hmm.
they are easy to use. You have to
Yeah.
now tone is
Yeah.
one of my biggest things.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if I can get the right tones out of
Mm-hmm.
them, then
Mm-hmm.
it works for me. But
Right.
that's very particular and has to be something that I know that will be able to work.
Yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because I know even for conventions, some of them now are using the Nord,
Yeah,
have the pedals, and
right,
because it's easier. Because a lot of the sound techs now are not really carrying the Hammond B3s.
right.
They have their
Yeah,
sound equipment. They may have a Nord, with the pedals because it's easier and it's lighter
yeah,
to
yeah,
carry,
yeah.
with all the other equipment. So a lot of the younger techs are not really doing that anymore. So, but I've seen them and I hear them sometimes at a convention, and it's not
Hmm.
bad. It comes very close to
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah. They
B3.
are definitely close to the sound.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if everybody knows how to play it, but
Yeah.
it sounds good.
Yeah,
You know.
it is. I mean, again, like I said, the whole tone thing
Yeah.
is what matters,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk about that a lot on some of my social media posts.
Yeah.
How important, your tone is when you're presenting, a
That's
song
true.
or something. It just makes a difference.
It really does. It really does. How many artists have you basically worked with them? Do you have a favorite one that you've worked with, collaborated with?
Um, there are few. One of my most favorite, and I just mentioned his name a few minutes ago, Kirk Whalum,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
saxophonist, Kirk Whalum.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk and I, again, we have known each other uh, for years when we were teenagers,
Wow.
coming up in Memphis, Tennessee. His
Mm-hmm.
dad was a pastor
Mm-hmm.
there in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Back then in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
their church was considered what we call now a mega church.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was one of the larger churches in Memphis.
Really.
I would, whenever I wasn't busy at the church
Mm-hmm.
that I worked with,
Mm-hmm.
ministered at, and would get a chance to go over because they had one of the greatest music aggregations that
Mm-hmm.
one could really enjoy.
Yeah.
And I would
Wow.
always take time to go by just to see what they were doing and listen to
Wow.
them. And his dad would never
Mm-hmm.
let me come without calling me up to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's nice.
but yeah, Kirk Whalum, he is kind of my most favorite artist to
Mm-hmm.
work with.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's in the jazz genre,
Yeah.
he is a Jesus lover at heart,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
He's
also
good.
he is a minister as well.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that. He's very
yeah,
good.
yeah, he is. And
Wow.
but yeah, he is one of my most favorite artists to work with.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And in the gospel field,
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm working with the Williams brothers. Uh,
Okay.
I've been doing their, well, they supposedly had retired from
Yes.
touring,
Yes.
and but they still, people are still wanting them to come out, and so they have dates that come up and down. I mean, come up every now and then. In
Right.
fact, we have one that's coming up in
Mm-hmm.
July, I think, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken. Um, but they are another one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I could go on. Gosh,
Right.
I could go on. I before Albertina Walker passed, I used to enjoy working with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I mean, there's so many.
And then you work
And
on Bobby Jones show, and you work with
yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Lee.
I
So
did that. I did
yeah,
Bobby Jones show for about 10, 11 years,
yeah.
when it was Bobby Jones and New Life
Right.
before
Right.
the Super Choir.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, we did a couple of albums that he did.
Mm-hmm.
The one that most people I know would remember would be the Bring It to Jesus album with Beverly Crawford,
Yeah.
Nuwana Dunlap, Emily Harris, Francine
Yeah.
Smith, Belcher
Yeah.
Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and Angela Prim.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. I was
and the
gonna
band
mention
members,
that.
of course, Derek Lee was music director, myself,
Yeah.
Terry Baker on drums, his
Yeah.
brother Simeon Baker on bass,
Yes.
and
Right.
Tony Williams on
Mm-hmm.
guitar.
Yeah. I remember them. I
Yeah,
remember them, especially the brothers. I
yeah,
remember them for sure.
yeah.
Have you had any time or any opportunity where it didn't align with your belief?
Uh, yeah, there have been a couple of things that had come across my plate that I um, said, yeah, no.
Right.
I mean, no offense against
Yeah.
any artist
Hmm.
or genre, I mean, because
Hmm.
I have played sessions in just about every genre of music there
Yeah.
is.
Right.
Um, but there are just some things, you get to a point where it's not about money.
Right.
It's about character, and it's about my beliefs.
Yes.
And if I
Hmm.
thought that it would go against anything that I stood for spiritually,
Hmm.
I would definitely say no.
Right. Yeah.
And I have.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure. What was one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn in your music journey? What's one of the hardest lessons that you can remember?
Yeah. People taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
Um, uh, you know, Sadly, in the music industry, as a whole, there are a lot of character people, different
Yeah.
characters of people that you have to
Hmm.
deal with,
Hmm.
and people sometimes just would not want to do right by
Hmm.
your talent.
Yeah.
Some would just take
Hmm.
advantage of the fact that you love what you do so much,
Right.
and see that, and then take advantage of that and just use you just to
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
then kind of, as the old saying goes, just kick you to the curb, and
Yes.
move on and go on to the next fool that they think they can take advantage of.
Hmm. Right. Absolutely. As we're closing, I wanted, because I know you share a lot of nuggets on your Facebook page
Yeah.
to the musicians, and it's been so inspiring. I read them almost every time you put one out.
Well, thank you. I
Read them.
appreciate that.
I think they've been very good. But what would you say to young organists who want to, have a certain level of excellence,
Hmm.
or not have a certain level of excellence? What advice would you give to organists or musicians? With all of the experience that you have, what's some of the advice that you could share with them?
Well, I always say the first thing is trust God in what you do.
Hmm.
Allow Him to order your steps in order for you to make the right decisions,
Hmm.
and what you do, what you choose to do, how you choose to go about doing it.
Right.
Uh, uh,
Hmm.
Not to just jump in gung ho and
Right.
think you know everything.
Yeah. Hmm.
Be willing. One of my sayings is listen to learn to listen to learn.
That's true.
And that way,
Hmm.
uh, as you're growing, you're
Hmm.
learning. And
Hmm.
one of the things you never stop doing is learning, because
It's learning. Right.
music is a learning process. It's a constant learning process.
It is.
So you never stop learning.
Hmm.
Be open to listen to suggestions. Be open to listen to criticism.
Yeah.
Uh, if
True.
it's presented to you in the right way.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of people sometimes, one of the things is good to know and good to be able to do. Use your words properly.
Yeah.
Speak to people in the proper way. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, People want to give you advice, and if they are saying it to you the right way, it can be received the right way.
Yeah.
But just be able to
Hmm.
take advice and be able to never stop learning from the process, because it
Hmm.
is a process.
It is.
Uh,
It is.
just and the main thing is trusting God and
Hmm.
allowing God to order your steps and lead you in the right direction. Sometimes what you might think is the right thing may not be,
Right.
and that's when your discernment should take place, and
Hmm.
be able to let God speak to your heart
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
have that decision be made through that process.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. What is your take on when I hear it often, and I know musicians are very frustrated with it. When you hear pastors say about budgets and about musicians shouldn't get paid, what is your take on that? And I'm sure in your journey, I'm sure you've heard it
Yeah.
before.
Oh yeah.
But we hear about it, and I hear it from different musicians, and I see it sometimes posted on Instagram or on Facebook about how these pastors have a problem with musicians getting paid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it I won't say that it's a touchy situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a thing that surprisingly that it's still a thing even
Yeah,
now,
right.
because those kind of things when I was a kid coming up,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my real young age, like in my
Mm-hmm.
teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
where churches uh, thought that you're supposed to be doing this for the Lord,
Yeah,
and you should not be worried about whether or not you're gonna get paid for what you're doing.
right,
But
right.
in Scripture, and I know this is used a lot, a workman is worth
Over
his
time.
hire,
Uh-huh.
and I mean that works because number one, first of all, you're not trying to take advantage of any
Right.
church or
Mm-hmm.
what goes on with the church, but they should be considered, especially if you have a really good musician,
Mm-hmm.
uh, not to mention a professional musician, you
Right.
know, that
Mm-hmm.
has gone and taken the time to that for their studies, and
Mm-hmm.
when they bring their worth to the table, they're
Right.
coming in with a lot of expertise
Mm-hmm.
that where you
It's
study
beneficial. Mm-hmm.
you study to show
Mm-hmm.
yourself approved,
Right.
uh, and so I don't I don't know how to really tell pastors to
Mm-hmm.
remove that mindset, but they
Yeah.
look at it from the standpoint, if what you're doing is almost just as equal to what I'm doing. I'm bringing ministry to the table. I'm not
Right.
just bringing me being able to play an instrument,
Right.
because what
Exactly.
I'm doing is coming to the table to
Mm-hmm.
be a part of what you're doing, and that
Right.
is ministering to the people.
Right. Right.
And so I think that in that being said, that
Mm-hmm.
it should be a consideration, you know but at the same time, do not
Mm-hmm.
put yourself in a position to try to take advantage of a church and be asking for astronomical fees and that kind of
Right.
thing. But
Absolutely
it
not.
should not be a problem,
Yeah.
when it comes to musicians wanting to be
Mhm.
compensated for the work that they do.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. I think, have you ever considered writing a book?
I I I have manuscript that is in my computer, and at some point in time, it will come to fruition.
Good. Good.
Actually, I have about 4 or 5 that I have started on
Really?
and got
Mm-hmm.
some foundation going, um, and it turned out to be harder than I realized that it would be, but it's going to happen. And I said, God, don't let me pass away from here before I get
Right
this
before it
done.
happens. Yeah. He
Yeah,
won't. He's given that gift to you to be able to do that.
yeah.
That's amazing. I think you have so much to share with the industry, with musicians, and I think it'll be a great book. So let me know when you come out with this. I can have you come back on with your book.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope to continue to be inspired enough so that I
Yes.
can get into it and stay into it and
Right.
get it done.
Right. And it might be something along the lines with the book with some music,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
your music is amazing. Your instrumental music is amazing, and it's so clean and crisp to listen to it. It's really good.
Thank
It's really
you. I
good.
appreciate
What
that.
studio do you use there?
Actually, most of the stuff, some of my older stuff was done. Well, there's 3 or 4 different studios that I've used. One is called Lyric Canvas. That has put out a lot of gospel music, greatest hits from long time ago. During the Sanchez Harley productions.
Oh, okay. Right.
This same studio. There are several. There are 2 or 3. But my latest stuff has been done right here in my own studio.
Really?
And but I will send out to, when I use actual musicians to do actual instrumentation on it. I will put my foundation down here and then send it to the actual musicians to record from their facilities.
Right.
And then bring it all back together. And then take it to send it to my engineer who lives in Atlanta. That does my mixing and mastering.
He does a great job. I'm telling you, it sounds really good. Bishop Cleveland Blash is saying good evening.
Good evening.
So I want to thank you so much for being a part of Real Talk tonight. I've enjoyed this session with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
It's not a problem.
And hopefully the next time you do have me on, we'll have a book to talk about.
That's right. And also might be able to set it up where they could hear you play too.
Yeah. My soundboard is kind of on the fritz at the moment. Something happened to my power button, and so I'm having to readjust. I had to readjust to do this, and but I was determined to make it happen because I wanted to go on with you.
Right, I appreciate that. And I told your wife when I come to Nashville, I'm gonna get in touch with y'all. We can have lunch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've never been in Nashville. I've been to the airport, but never been here.
Great restaurants here that I know you would definitely enjoy.
Right, and I know Everett Drake is there too, right?
Oh yeah, that's my buddy.
Yeah, I told him because I know he told me about a museum or something.
Yeah, they have the National Museum. That's downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I definitely will be coming.
Well, good.
Good. I want to thank everybody for joining us on tonight, Real Talk with Cindy. I will be on again next week, and please make sure you tag and let other people know. Also, the videos will be on my YouTube channel, so you can rewatch and share with other people anytime you'd like to do that. So I want to say good night to all, and Ralph, I want to say good night to you, and thank you so much for being a part of Real Talk with Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy, for having me, and I'm also definitely honored.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you so very much for tuning in to Real Talk with Cindy Barber. We hope you have been informed and inspired by the conversation on this evening. You can contact Cindy Barber on Instagram at CindyRBarber04. You can email her at ms.cindybarber@gmail.com or the YouTube channel at Cindy R. Barber. You can also contact Cindy about having your event advertised on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Cindy looks forward to you joining her next week for another informative conversation right here on Real Talk with Cindy Barber. Until then, have a great evening.